Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Cooking with Chef Aaron. Today, we're going to be setting foot in the Caribbean again, but this time we're going to be setting foot in the Bahamas. And I'm going to start this review off by talking about the largest and capital city, which is called Nassau. And I'm not too crazy about this city because, as you can see here, there's some buildings, but they're not very captivating or futuristic or anything special. It's just a regular city, and as for the palm trees here, they're not really as interesting to look at as compared to in countries like Libya, Egypt, Yemen, Saudi Arabia. I found the palm trees in those countries to be more interesting, but here the palm trees are just kind of mediocre, not my favorite. And I'm going to talk about the second largest city, Freeport now. And this city isn't really interesting either. It's just a bunch of regular buildings, nothing too fascinating here or captivating. And as for the landscape of the Bahamas, like the scenery, it's not my favorite. It's just a regular country, just with regular palm trees and beaches. Nothing too special, nothing too new here or interesting here. And this isn't really one of my favorite countries, so unfortunately I probably have to give it a D+. Anyway, let's head down to my kitchen, and I'll show you how to make the stew fish. Follow me, please. Okay, so in order to make the Bahamian fish stew, the ingredients you'll need are as follows. We have on this plate some tilapia. Now you can use either snappers or tilapia, but I'm going to use tilapia in this video. And in this ramekin I have one small onion which has been chopped to a small dice. And I have 4 small stalks of celery which have been chopped to a small dice as well. 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1½ tablespoons of tomato paste, 1 cup of flour, 5 cups of water, and 1 cup of vegetable oil. We're going to get started right now. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your vegetable oil, you're going to pour it into this pot right here, just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to turn up the stove to a decent heat, so about 4 maybe. So we have it at 4. And we're just going to let it heat up for a couple of seconds, and afterwards we were going to add our flour. So what I'm going to do is right now I'm going to take my flour, I'm going to add it to the oil, I'm going to take my whisk, I'm going to whisk it all around until I get a nice dark brown consistency. And as you can see, it's creating a roux, and we just want to keep doing this until we get a nice good color. Okay, so now that this has kind of changed to a darker color, what we're going to do now is we're going to add our onions, add all of our onions, whisk it in, and we're also going to whisk in our celery as well. And we also have our black pepper, our thyme, and our tomato paste. And we're just going to whisk it all together once again. And as you can see, it's starting to turn a nice brown color, which is exactly what you want. And doesn't this look appetizing? Okay, now that you've whisked this mixture for a bit, what we're going to do now is we're going to add our 5 cups of water while whisking. So just like this. We're going to add our water now. Okay, so that was 4 cups, and here's 1 more cup. And you just want to whisk this around for a little while, and afterwards we'll move on to the next step. So now that we've added our water, what we're going to do now is we're going to add a tablespoon of salt all around. We're going to whisk this in. Okay, and the next step we're going to do is we're going to take our fish and we're going to add it all to the mixture and make sure that all the fish is submerged into the sauce. So just like that, there's 1, here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now what you want to do now is you want to cover your pot, and we're just going to simmer this until the fish has been nice and cooked. And after that you should be ready. And once you're finished cooking your fish stew, it should look something like this. And I apologize to my viewers for not mentioning this earlier, but once you put the fish in, you're going to cook it on medium heat for about 15 minutes, and then afterwards you're going to let it cool. After you've turned off the heat, you're going to turn off the heat and then you're going to let it cool for another 10 minutes, and then it should be ready to eat. I'm going to serve it on my plate. Okay, let's see what I think of this. Get a nice piece of fish. Okay, let's see what I think of this. This is really good. You can taste all the spices very well. You can taste the vegetables very well. It's good. And here's the finished product served on our placemats, served with some country biscuits. And I've garnished my Bahamian fish stew with some lime juice and some pepper. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode.